Hello, this is White Dog Games World War Z USA and how to use the Vassal module and the way I have it set up. Okay, um, let's just jump right into it. So right here's the counters, all right, and you have Z's, US units, and areas. There's not many counters here because most of them are already on the map. So let's walk through. There's nothing special with boss. So you can just delete, clone, and mark moved. But Z, there is a lot to do with Z. So let's pull them out here. Maybe even just zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing here. All right. So let's first talk about this. You could set the Z strength. So let's actually set it to an odd number. And before you move it, you have to divide it in half. So that does that right there. And if there is an even number, it splits it evenly. If it's an odd number, it puts 1 in the pile. So this right here is a 10. Now they're both 5s. Okay, so you see how that works. Let's just put him back up to 10. And you could remove that or click this up here either way. All right, so once you have it split, you can move this guy here. You just roll the dice and you go by the numbers that are around it, and that's the direction he moves. All right, so that's these first two things. Special Z characteristics. When you bought the game, there is a PDF there for scenarios and stuff, and it talks about the special Z characteristics. I recall one of the setups had 4 separate characters, so I'm just going to put in ABCD so you could see how that goes in there. All right, so if you're playing a scenario that has the same ones, you could actually just set it up here. So like we'll just do D, F, G, H. How's that? And there it is. So every time you pull counters out here, they have the exact same thing. So let's just put this at 19. We can divide, and they all have the exact same characteristics. Okay. There is a limit on here of 20. So if you try 21, it don't like it. So 20 is the maximum you can do. Okay. So that takes care of that. And then you have your delete, clone, and mark moved. So you can remove that or put it there, or like I said, just click it up here for that. All right, the units up here. Sometimes you will have to just put a refugees marker someplace. So let's just put it here, and you can replace it with survivalists in case they get changed to that, and then you can just delete the unit. All right, the riots are just riots, and the areas are just areas. There's nothing special about them. You can move them out, put them wherever you want them. You can put units on top of them. All right, so you get the idea. All right. Well, let's just continue with counters. All right, so here we have the military units. I understand that the survivalist is not military, but they fit into here because you only get certain amounts of each one of these. All right, so I had to do them in a separate window. So basically all you do is just pull them out, put them wherever you want them, and you can also send to removed military. Now this one does not get that because it's not military. When you're done, you just put it back. And if it has that on there, just click that, they're gone. Click that, they're gone. Okay, and that's the same for all 4 of those. You also have a certain amount of nukes. There's 10 of them in here. So that way, once you have placed all of them, then you get a blank window. All right, there they are. So you could only use 10. That's why I put that also in a separate window. And we will hit that. All right, so you have your 1d3, your 1d6. I put a black 1d6 also, your 2d6. Now, this button right here, sometimes you have to randomize these. There's no real way of doing that, so I put a randomized thing up here. All right, and you see there are city, open, and farm. If you get city twice, you just keep rolling till you get a second one. So you could put this to city, this to open, and that to farm. Okay, you cannot move these. They are stuck there. Same with these. Same with all of these guys. DEF CON I did a little bit differently. There's normally a large counter like this over here, but it covers up the words. So I put a little one down here that you could increase or decrease, whatever you want to call it. And you can do your biochem breakthrough and biochem researched. So you have all those. Now you see how this highlights the whole thing. Same with down here. All right, that is just one counter, and you can increase, you can decrease, you can reset, and that's the same for all of these. Okay. The same for the turn counter. It doesn't matter where you click it at, it's still the same thing. You can see the red highlight for it. All right. So cities you could replace with refugees. Refugees will get turned to survivalists, but I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Well, not really. I guess I'm all done with all those up there. All right, so you can delete farm. You can delete that. If you turned it into a refugee, uh, you could put it into survivalist, delete that. So that all works the same. That pretty much takes care of the whole game. There are no charts in it. You have the charts in the game that you purchased. So your charts will tell you the meanings of all the A, B, C, D, and how to use that. The different scenarios. I couldn't get them set up because some of the scenarios you have random things right here. If they were in a specific order, I could easily set those, but they're random, so I have no way of really doing a random. These sometimes are random, these sometimes are random, and you just put the counters wherever you want them. So unfortunately, you're going to have to do your own uh, setups for the scenarios just because I couldn't do the random stuff. All right, so I hope you like the game. I had a lot of fun making it, and I really want to say thank you to White Dog Games for making such a wonderful game. It's very simple, yet it's very difficult to win. I've played quite a few games in the testing of this, and the best I did was good, and I went downhill from there. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much.